Here, I know where to start. Can you hit the wall ride off the ramp over the secret room?
Finger flip, body wrap, back foot kick flip.
Oh, those. Yeah, dude. Well, okay. So there is reasoning behind it. There's logic to it. The only default trick I think I use, well, I guess front foot impossible might be, but they give me more base. They look cooler, and so the vert tricks are usually my diagonal tricks. So finger flip is my down left, ollie airlock is my up left, sal flip is my up right, and then 360 flip is my down right, but that's just because I didn't know what to put there. I'm thinking I might change it for an ollie north, but I don't know. And then my down flip is varial, and like that, it seems weird, but the varial is actually really fast. And for the most part, when I'm doing a down flip, I'm not really, I don't know, it's a safe move. Like, I don't really know how to explain it yet. But it's something that I've always used, like a slower move for my down flip. But for my up flip, I'll usually use the fastest or one of the fastest flip tricks. So in this game, the fastest flip trick, and usually the fastest flip trick in most Honey Hawk games, is the back foot heel flip and the front foot impossible. And I think the front foot impossible is a little bit faster in this one. But so the reason for that is because in this game you can do something you can't do in other games, which is you can double flip on flat ground. You can do a late flip, so you can do double back foot heel flips, or sorry, like two single back foot heel flips in one air, right? Or you can do two single back foot heel flips in one air, or you can do two single front foot impossibles. You can also do two regular kick flips and two regular heel flips in one air, like one flat ground air. And you can do shifty heel, or shifty back foot heel, and shifty front foot impossible. So these, like, it's just like a little way that I've been working on to kind of add more multiplier to my combos without having to go longer or anything, just to kind of cram in more tricks, you know what I mean? So that is something that I would definitely recommend doing. Not a lot of people do it. I actually haven't seen anybody else do it, except for Glenn does it, because I told Glenn. But yeah, like, very useful trick. Yeah, you can switch them out, back foot heel, front foot heel, or front foot kick flip, blah blah.
Front foot impossible, double back foot moves.
Yeah, so I don't know, this says 78 tricks. Front foot impossible and the double back foot moves, yeah. But also the regular kick flip and heel flip, both work. I think that they're the same. They work the same as the back foot heel and the back foot kick flip in terms of speed, but I think that they're just worth less. So whatever, that's really not a huge deal. But you know, that shit adds up. And I just prefer the look of those two tricks, which is really like another thing when you're choosing between kick flips or back foot kick flips or whatever, is the look. Because it's one, like, it's not just about like if it looks cool, it's like does it look something that you're comfortable landing, you know what I mean? Because you got to spin everything.
Oh.
So you wanna keep that in mind, right? Like, I don't like the front foot impossibles because I never land them straight, like I did that one. But you definitely want to pick tricks that you know are easy to land, right? Or that you kind of have like a grip on landing. Like, I've heard a lot of people have trouble with the Christ Air, and that one's like, it's easy because where the arms stick out, you gotta look where the arms stick out, right? And basically your skater is doing a T-pose and their hands are pointing to the front and back. Yeah. The tutorial, like in the beginning of the game, I remember it because I was hoping it was going to teach me something new and really cool, and it Just didn't tell me anything. But anyway, so that's
I
like.
forgot to mention this.
Oh yeah, it's gonna skip a lot of these things. So I'm gonna show you like a bunch of shit that will they're just mainly mechanics, right? Because this is like, what it comes down to really is just practicing, cleaning up your mechanics. Don't be doing extra shit you don't need to be doing. That's kind of tough in this one because the last update they changed the buffering timing. So you're gonna do tricks by accident a lot depending on how your specials are set up. You gotta be careful. Like, it's hard to explain, but I guess if you're like turning left into a grind and then you go right and then you do a right kick flip off it and you have a left right flip trick special, then you're gonna activate that special sometimes because of the buffering. Also, that'll happen if you do like the fuck is it, like a diagonal flip trick and then a manual and then like another flip trick that corresponds to another direction of the special. It's hard to explain. But you'll run into it sometimes, and you'll be like, "Oh, okay." That's off topic, though. So, yeah, for your flip tricks, like you don't need to have the same flip tricks as me. I wouldn't recommend default flip tricks because they're whack. They don't really score you a lot of points, and I mean, some of them just are the same fucking trick. It's like front side shove-its and back side shove-its. Yeah, they do look a little different. But you know, you're kind of just doing the same shit. It's cool to be able to do fucking ollie airwalk, shit like that. Another thing about flip tricks is you kind of want to avoid doing double flip tricks.
Difficult to do consecutively.
Difficult, yeah. So, well, you get used to the timing. Basically, when you're going up, do the flip one flip as soon as you jump, and then at the peak of your jump, do the other flip for the way down. But what you can do is you can equip Shifty to your up grab. And I find this is like the easiest way to do it and maintain going in a straight line. Blah, blah. You equip Shifty to your up grab and then you equip one of the fast flip tricks. So either front foot impossible or back foot heel flip to your up flip, right? Or back foot kick flip or whatever. So this way when you want to do it, do two tricks in one air, all you got to do is quickly press up circle square. So you'll just go like that, and like, so you got to be careful that you don't do little baby ollies though, which means you got to hold your ollies a bit longer, like just like a fraction of a second. But yeah, that's one way to kind of just, if you're trying to get, like if you're not used to the timing. But trust me, the late flip thing, like the timing comes really easily after you practice it a little bit. And then you'll have a hard time not doing it, actually. Oh. Okay, so another thing, let's see, another like little hidden mechanic or whatever, and that's super important, it's probably the most important thing in the game, is the late manuals. So if we go to a dead stop, right? Come stand by, oh, you can see me on the stream, so never mind. So from a dead stop, what the fuck do you do, right? You're stuck. So you land, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Here, hold on. Okay, so we're at a dead stop. So what you gotta do is you gotta land in your manual late. So you basically, when you ollie, you gotta wait until all four wheels hit the ground and then you activate your manual. So you can buffer it by like hitting up on your way down, and then as soon as you hit the ground, hit down. And make sure you keep holding X to give you that extra speed too, okay? So you land, and then whoop, I fucked it up. Hold on, of course I fucked it up. Okay, so when you land, right, you see how I got some speed there? Now you can keep doing that, and you get enough speed that you can basically get back to maximum speed. It's kind of hard to do in this level because it's tiny. Right, so that's from a dead stop. So we can do it again. Now, the one thing about this is you want to land in manuals and not nose manuals. Nose manuals work. Oh, and this also means that you don't get the triple manual penalty. So, but yeah, anyways, nose manuals work, but they don't give you as much speed. That's, I guess, because you're pressing down as you're hitting the ground.
What
or
are
whatever.
you?
What am I? I am a regular human boy, a 35-year-old man, but whatever.
That's why it never worked for me. I only do nose manual.
Yeah, don't do nose manuals, do regular manuals, because I think the idea basically is like maybe you can do it with the nose manual. But like I'm the way I do it, I'm usually hitting down up as I'm hitting the ground, so I feel like pressing down while you're essentially like touching the ground is like breaking yourself, right? So that's the only reason I can think, like, maybe it works. Let me see.
My thought was up equals forward momentum, I the know.
Yeah, the up,
This
but the
is
thing is,
blowing
the
my
up
mind.
is when you're activating the manual, right? So it's not going to give you that forward press, and I think you get auto speed anyways. But yeah, like definitely from the regular manual, it seems like if you
Are
do
you
it,
Kurt
if you do it
Cobain right now, man in third hood?
Okay, so I lost where the fuck I was. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing. Like everybody needs to practice that. Super important. That's gonna extend your combos a lot, right? Especially if you're in no man's land, and you're kind of like, oh, I gotta fucking do a bunch of bounces to get to the next object, right? Now you don't have to worry about that. The triple manual penalty, and you get a speed boost too. And it's like, it's just in general always good to try and land late. Obviously, it has to do with how comfortable you feel doing it, but the more you do it, the more second nature it becomes. And there's really no, like aside from landing it by accident, if you're good at it, that's not going to happen. So there's really no downside to it, right?
Yes.
Well, actually, there is a kind of a downside. Because sometimes you want to, like, if your balance is fucked up, you want to hold the direction that you're going to push it, but that doesn't really make a difference in this game, I find. Like, no, I didn't even fucking activate. Let's see if I can put it. But yeah, like in older Tony Hawk games, and I guess it does kind of apply in this one, but it doesn't feel like it does as much. The fucking balance in this game is wonky as fuck. But, you'd want to like get a big air. Say your balance is going really fast up. You'd want to get a big air and then do a manual, so up down, and you'd want to hold down before you landed, so that like as soon as you landed, the meter would be moving back down. But that's like, I don't know, that kind of applies in this game, but sometimes I find that actually fucks you up more because the meter moves way too fast in this game. It's stupid. Okay, so another thing that you really want to practice a lot, or not practice, but just like keep an eye out and try and work on is perfect landings. So perfect landings and late manuals, you'll get tons of speed, you'll get extra points, and you'll also get a balance buff. So like later on, like when your combo's getting fucked up too, if you hit like 2 or 3 perfect manuals in a row, your combo's gonna be fine. At least your manual's gonna be fine for a bit.
Late grinds also, by the way.
Yeah, late grinds I gotta work on, because it kind of confuses me, like the idea behind it, like is if I'm close to a rail and I jump up and hit grind, is that a late grind? Like what's the idea, that you're supposed to be super close to the rail and press the like triangle button at the last second? Yeah, I guess. Okay, yeah. You
Set
don't
it to 100M combo with no time limit so we can see scores.
Okay, yeah.
If you late grind, no double grind.
Yeah, no double grind. Okay, I see that there. Well, that's good to know. But the one thing I have found is on some rails, when you do the late grind, you will actually land on top of the rail, which can end your combo. But that's just something I gotta practice myself. I feel like I'm just not putting any effort into that.
Late grind.
That's it. Late grind. So instead of like hitting grind while you're at the peak of your jump and getting like magnetically fucking like sucked to the rail, you know what I mean, like usually happens. Wait till you land right on top of the rail almost. And so I'll see if I can, this is a tough one to do on, it's so short. But okay, so now I'm gonna land it again, and see I didn't get a double grind penalty there. Okay, so meter in the middle, and again, meter still in the middle. And that's like, it is good too, because instead of, you shouldn't, like I do this a lot, I know and in this game it's hard not to, but it fucks you up a lot.
If you grind from the beginning of rail all the way to end, no penalty either.
If you grind from the beginning of rail all the way to end. If you do a late grind, you're saying. Yeah. But also, like, you don't have to do it all the time, right? Because, just because the way rails are sectioned, like this rail is 2 pieces, this isn't 1. So you can hit this and you can hit this and not get a grind penalty. Or if you start on this and then you jump and grind, you don't get a grind penalty for that either. Like, that's one thing. So if you're on a rail, it curves and you jump and you're on a flat part and you jump and hit that same flat part, it doesn't count as a double grind. So for balance, balance is just going to take practice. If you played older Tony Hawk games, I would recommend not doing what Lazy Ghost loves to do, which is he lets it drift. You let it drift and you'll lose control of it, because it fucking, like, I don't know, it seems like you don't have that much control over the balance meter sometimes. It kind of has a mind of its own. So you got to just try and keep it constantly up and down, tap on the D-pad, and try and just keep it like in a decent place. But for the most part, you want to be in the air as much as possible. So you're not really going to be balancing like this really that long, if ever. Yeah, you kind of figure it out, but also, yeah, like, so when you're going to land and you know your meter is going to be down and you want it to go up, land in a nose manual and push up, right? And the other, obviously for the other way. So land in a manual when your meter's on the high side, and land in manual from the high side, land in a nose manual from when it's going down. So going up, manual, and that way when you land, you'll have a bit of a boost.
I meant, wouldn't grinding the full rail take your balance away?
No, but he's saying, like, if it's a long rail, so I'm going to change this level and I'll find something long for us to hit. I think school 1 has something sufficient. Okay, so I'll come down to the rock climbing wall at the bottom. I'm pretty sure you can't double grind this thing. Yeah, okay, this is perfect. Okay, I don't know if you saw that, but you like come down and give it a shot. So yeah, this thing you can't double grind it, right? You see how it's doing my meter there. So we're just gonna do the late grind. And so what he means is you can grind the whole thing from beginning to end, and it's not gonna fuck up your balance if you're doing late grinds, right? Hey, what's up, Bonehead?
What's up?
Chilling, just giving some lessons. Are you in my Twitch? Skumball asked me if I could teach him some things. Get in my Twitch, bro. Yeah. So like,
I was what?
What? Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, finish your lesson. I'll sit here.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So. Did you try it? Do you get it? Like, you get what he's saying? So, Yeah, you see how it's not jumping? It's actually going back towards the middle. A little bit at least. And that's if you late grind it. And you want to just grind this, then you land. That one I fucked up. But yeah, also I see you're using a special grind, which if you want to score high, I would recommend against. But if you like doing them, just fucking do them, dude. Why not? Yo, can you turn your fucking TV down?
Whoops. I'll mute it.
Okay, so do you know how to shuffle? Is the next question. Where's the shuffleable thing here? Let's see.
The top of the rock wall?
Oh yes, good call, good call. So you know how to shuffle, right? You grind something that has two sides to it and you jump left and right on it. You can do it fast, but it doesn't, like, doing it fast, I see most people try and do it as fast as possible. I think it's stupid because then you don't actually get any multi for it. So you're just kind of wasting, I don't know, wasting your balance, really. But it also, like, it's not, I don't know. Your balance meter stays in the middle, so I can kind of, like, if it's kind of up to your discretion if you're just trying to maintain, like, if your balance is going a little wild on you and you want to get it back to the center, then do it quickly. But otherwise, I would say try and do it slowly so you're getting all the multi out of it and not just fucking doing blank tricks, which is a pain in the ass. So let me see you do it, if you can do it.
So you just focus on specials and double-clicking button moves.
Well, no, there's a lot more to it. But specials and also spinning, make sure you're spinning your specials with R1. Like, I haven't gotten into the base building or anything like that yet. Oh, it actually let this motherfucker in my game for once. So yeah, I haven't gotten into base building yet, or just like what you want to focus on when you're doing tricks. Well, it's pretty obvious what you want to focus on. You want to focus on like big air, staying in the air as much as possible. If you're doing robot lines, which is how you're going to score the highest, you want to be in the air almost constantly. Like that's what a robot line's for. It's so you're never fucking touching the ground.
And your insane 180 precision.
Oh yeah, that just takes practice. And I mean that, like, it's a timing thing as much as it's just like, oh, I almost got 5. It's, I don't know, it's a timing thing and just kind of like getting used to the mechanics of it, and then just kind of visually being able to see like, oh, this is a perfect landing, right? And that's just kind of getting to know the tricks. And obviously with kick flips and tricks where your board stays straight, it's a lot easier. And with tricks where your board turns, that's when you really got to work on your timing.
It's muscle memory.
Yeah, it's all muscle memory. It's not all muscle memory.
From the very start to the very end, there is no balance.
Okay, spinning 180, you can do that with your eyes closed a bit. If you just kind of grind and then do it, you can do it once with your eyes closed.
What?
Do you use triggers to spin?
Well, spin 180 and land.
Spin 180 for perfect landing with my eyes closed?
Okay.
I just did one
play
there.
with your eyes closed for a bit.
Okay.
Or even look away. You probably can't even look. You don't even have to look at
Okay, no, I'm on the wall. I hit the
do it.
ramp. Oh, no, fuck. Okay, well, I mean, it depends on where I start from in the level. This one, Oh, yeah, I see. I'm having a hard time getting the turns down. Okay, now I'm starting blind. No, I don't know where I'm going now. I'm fucking lost. Okay, yeah, I think I know. Oh no, I was totally lost there. I'll do it on a different level. This one's too big. And I'll do that later. Yeah, anyway, so maybe now, like, base building. Actually, let me just take a look at the you can use. I like the 900. I use the 900 a lot. A lot of people I see don't really use it too much or use it, like, the way you should use it. Ghetto Bird, I think you had, which is, you know, Ghetto Bird's
Wait,
great
have you
because
been
you can do it
talking?
all the time. Yeah, I've been talking. Yeah, he didn't hear anything I said. Yes. Oh, yeah. Use the triggers to spin. For sure, use the triggers to spin.
You're sitting there explaining it and he's not listening.
Nah, I know. Whatever. When you're doing flat ground tricks, if you want to just get the perfect landings, I use the D-pad for that. But you can use both. Like that's with the R1 there. And you can use the R1. R1's good for just fucking tweaking, like at the end.
I
of
had
the
this
jump
muted the
sometimes.
whole time, yeah. Emoji cold sweat.
For being a pirate.
Wait, you haven't been listening the whole time? Oh, motherfucker! I just explained so much shit.
He didn't hear you yell at me.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll explain the other stuff to you another time then. So, okay, you didn't hear anything I said up to this point then? Even in the warehouse? Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna I'm gonna cap this and I'm gonna post it to YouTube.